Hi there. So when you're signing up for LinkedIn for the first time, you go to linkedin.com and you come to this screen here. You want to hit join now at the bottom, at the top, and you want to put in your email address. So I'm just going to put one in. So type in yours and you want to make up a password and agree and join. You can continue with Facebook, but I always prefer to have my own login. So agree and join, type in your first name. I'm going to put, I'm just doing a test one here. I'm just going to put that for now, just to go through the process. So just follow the prompts essentially. Do the security verification. And, whoops. You want this the right way up. There we go. Excellent. That was a bit slow. There we go. And then you're going to get into LinkedIn and you want to just fill out the basic information. So country, Australia, you can put your postcode. It might pick up your location. It's saying I'm in Mount Lawley. That's not correct, but you don't want that anyway. You want to go with Perth. Greater Perth is if you live outside of the Perth metro area. But if you're somewhere in Perth, just put Perth. It's easier. You don't need to put your suburb in because it's not really relevant. And then join. I remember my password. And then we're going to just go through all the different checks. So let's go and verify. And then we are in. So it's just a matter of signing up and then signing in, verifying and getting in. So this is what you're going to see when you're in for the very first time. So it's going to be quite sparse because you're not following anybody. You've got no one in your network. You've got no information, and LinkedIn can't help you by serving up information for you. So at the very top here, you're going to have this bar of suggestions of things to do in your profile. So it's saying, add your most recent company to your profile. So your most recent job, obviously as a student, that's not going to apply unless you've got a part-time job, of course. Build your network and get notified. But what you want to do as a starting point is go to your profile. So you can see here, you can click here to get to your profile, or you can go to me and view profile. So this is the point you want to be when you come to the workshop. So you've made a starting point, you've got an account. That's the criteria. And then we're going to be going through the account and building it and then looking at how we can use it. We haven't got a lot of time in the live workshop, so any prep work you want to do can be useful, and there'll also be homework to do afterwards because it'll make a bit more sense. So some of the things you can do to prepare if you want to jump ahead is put a photo in here that is a sort of professional looking photo. So you just a headshot looking like you go to a job interview, for instance, look like you go to a meeting with somebody in a professional sense. So not you on a weekend, not you in your school uniform, not you in your sports uniform, or family photos. So just a headshot. It could be on a smartphone. Maybe pair it with friends and take a photo with a neutral sort of background or outdoors, so it's good lighting. So you got your name there. We're going to have a headline, which I'm going to go through some frameworks in the session, so we won't worry about that right now. But you can put something in if you want to, just as a starting point. And it gives you some indication as to where you are. So this profile is in the beginner mode. If you sort of hover over the stages, it tells you what's missing. So location's in, we've got no position, no industry, no photo, and all these things here. So if we scroll down, there's nothing here. So to add and build your profile, you need to go to the Add Profile section button and all the areas here. So you've got intro section. This is where the profile photo sits, but you can do that from over here. You've got the About section, and I'll go through that in the session itself. Background is where you put in your previous roles or your current role if you've got a part-time job, anything that's going to position you as a professional or someone who's looking to get started. Education, so this is one we'll definitely do. You want to be connected to the school page, so you want to put in the school. So as soon as you start typing a school name, so if we go here, it should bring it up in the drop down if it's working correctly. Let me just try that again. But you can see here's some of the options. So if I was typing in UWA, for instance, if it was a university, you can see it's there. So it's just a matter of going in and typing in your school and university You can put the end year if you want to. So if you're going to be graduating from that organization at the end of 2020, you just pick the date. And you can fill these out if you want to. It's not essential. All you really need is the school name, but the year just adds a bit of context and kind of gives some relevance to the age slot you're in or the position you are in your career. Now, one thing when you're adding any section to your profile, just as a side note, there's a little slider here that says share with your network and it's on. If you don't want to share it, you turn it off. But if you're setting up a brand new profile for the first time, you're not going to have a network anyway, so it doesn't matter. But turn it off if you're just building your profile. And then you hit save once you've done it. And obviously this is not connected to anything in this example. So there you go. That's getting your profile ready. I'll go through the other elements in the session. But set up your profile, have a look around, investigate the areas. You've got the home screen, which is the general news feed where it will show you jobs, it will show you updates from people and companies. So you need to be following people in order to see people. So have a think about right now, who would you follow? Where are you going with your career? What are you going to be studying next year? Maybe have a look at organizations that you might want to work for one day and do a search. So for instance, if you wanted to work for BHP, you'd go to the company page and you'd hit follow, which means their updates will be in your home feed. So as they share updates, it will start coming up in here. And LinkedIn will be constantly suggesting things down the bottom. And the more people you follow and engage with, the more LinkedIn will help you with relevant people and organizations, as opposed to now it's going to be very, very broad. Same with people. So if you know there's a person you want to connect to, maybe your fellow students in your class or your teachers, your lecturers, if they're on LinkedIn, you can do a search for their name and try and find them that way. Or you might search for an organization and find them through that angle as well. So for instance, if we were typing in, let's see if we get to work now. So if we type in, there it is, the college, there's the page. So you want to make sure you follow the page. But if you want to find people at the college, click on the employees, and any staff that are connected to the page are going to show here. Now, you might see the words LinkedIn member, and that's because you have no one in your network yet, and you can't see people beyond your network. So it might be tricky to find people. But in this case, for this person, you might recognize them by face, even though you can't see their name. So if you were then to click on it, it's going to tell you they're out of your network. So you're a little bit stuck until you actually connect to people. So you do want to start connecting to people first, so you've got access to more people. And if you look at the alumni tab, this is going to show you people who previously went to the same school as you. It's not going to show their names right now, but the more you build your network, the more connections you have, the more you're going to see people. So I suggest connecting to your peers in class as a starting point as you all get signed up. So there you go. Make sure you've got an account, and I will see you in the session in a couple of weeks' time.